Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the October channel update video. It is, well, it's got to be getting close to the 12th because I'm making my car payment. You know, I really probably shouldn't have scheduled it this way because it really makes this whole channel update thing a little bit of a negative. But it works out. Reminds me to do the channel update and it reminds me to make my car payment. So be it. So, September turned into somewhat of a big month for the channel. I'm sure, yeah, hit your keys, that's great for audio. I'm sure most of you have seen that last week, me and Kurt J. Mack and I, whatever, I never get that right, started a F1 2014 co-op, which took me by surprise. It is something that we have discussed previously. I had mentioned it, that basically I had an F1 co-op existing, 3.5 seasons, and he's had a F1 co-op 3.5 seasons. Mine kind of ended due to, what is that noise coming from? Road construction. Mine kind of ended due to, well, me and Joe kind of got tired of F1 2013, and I wasn't immediately in love with 2014, and then by the time we kind of got inspired to do it again, he has since started a mechanical engineering program in college and taking on a load of other responsibilities, so he's super busy, so it would be really difficult to do that. But don't think that Joe is gone, because I certainly, like, that series had great F1 banter, because we're both, you know, kind of F1 fans, but from different perspectives. So that was still a cool series, and I would really like to do more videos with Joe in the future as far as that kind of stuff goes, as far as the F1 banter back and forth goes. Doing the series with Kurt was, like, extremely nerve-wracking for me, because he's the whole reason, his channel is the whole reason that my channel exists. So I guess the word that I would immediately go to is that he would be like a mentor to me, as far as most of the decisions I've made when it comes to setting up the channel, when it comes to how I present myself, how I promote the channel. A lot of that stuff I drew inspiration from him, and then it goes even further into the way that his series, Firelands or Bust, really kind of was a big turning point for me personally, as he, in that series, kind of explained his personality, and I started to realize, you know, that's kind of the way I am, and is what triggered me to start the whole YouTube thing to begin with, and try and find a medium to have a personality, to have social interaction without pushing myself out into society and making myself more and more uncomfortable. So that has kind of helped. So yeah, you add all that together, and even though I'm the one that suggested it, even though I'm the one that, like, brought it up, hey, we should do an F1 co-op, when he actually said yes, hold on, hold that thought, we gotta turn. Okay, green light. Green lights are good. Turbo spool. Yeah, the moment he said yes, I just, like, anxiety overcame my body, and that whole week I was just, like, screwed up. I wasn't sleeping right. It was just like, oh god, now I actually have to do this, and I have to present my personality to him and to all of his viewers, and hello to any of you who are new. So yeah, it was really crazy, but so far we have really enjoyed it. It's gonna take time, with his personality being like it is, and my personality, which we're not completely alike. I would say my internet persona is probably a little bit more outgoing than his, but yeah, going into a new situation where I'm not used to kind of having conversations with somebody, or, you know, even though I've been listening to him talk for 4 years now, whatever it's been, it still takes me a while to get used to having conversations with him, getting used to his ways of speech, and just, like, not talking over each other. So all that's going to take time. and it will get easier when I get less nervous about it, and when he gets less nervous about it. And I really think the series has good potential. A lot of people have been supportive of it already. It's a big change from what his series was previously, and it's even a little bit of a change from what my series was previously, or me and Joe's series. So it's a pretty big change all around. There's a lot to get used to, but yeah, we're both having fun already. So I think that's the biggest thing, is if we could make that co-op championship thing fun again, it's going to be better for the two of us. Alright, so other stuff that's going on. Let's see, I recently had that event in Sebring with the Trump Card team, and shot a little video there with like the perspective from my helmet and everything on the pit road, and put some footage of the race in there, and you guys really seem to enjoy that. And overall, I think the amateur side of racing is poorly covered, and I really want to shed some light on that. You know, it's cool to be able to show what it takes to get to the point in racing where the general public is seeing, you know, the pro racing stuff that you see on TV. How do you get there? What does it take? What kind of effort does it take? You know, what kind of money does it take? So it's cool to be able to show that side of it a little bit. And then we have the continuation of our normal series, our Dirt Rally, which I'm still really enjoying. I keep saying this every month during the channel update, but yeah, Dirt Rally has been great. And then we'd have Automation, which still enjoying, still going along with the Vector Automotive Challenge series. I think that series is starting to maybe get to a point where it's going to have some changes, and perhaps go into a little bit more detail year to year. The game of Automation itself is going through some changes soon. The guys are working on kind of putting the game into the Unreal Engine, which wasn't supposed to happen for quite some time, but they're doing some great stuff with that. That's really going to change the shape of the game a little bit. It's not going to change the scope of it, but it should make it easier to expand. And that's really all the game needs to do, is expand, and it's really going to be something. In iRacing, we're doing the experimental season. The rest of today, I'm going to be practicing the Kia Optima GTS car, one of the two. The Kia Optima at the Mount Panorama course, which is insane. The Miata was crazy there. This Kia is absolutely nuts there, so that'll be fun. Everybody really enjoyed the Star Mazda at Spa, which I figured you would, even though nobody really loved the Star Mazda at Barber. I think Spa is just a real special track for that kind of car, so it made it pretty entertaining. And a short little Patreon update. I am excited to say that we have our first Patreon backers, and thank you for supporting. And that has actually pushed us kind of close to our first goal, which would be at 50. I am going to start doing a monthly long, not a monthly long, but a monthly longer stream where I will basically do an entire theme in Automation. Something that has been heavily requested, and something I've not really had the, we'll say, motivation to do, because it takes a lot of effort to stream for a long time and to put the theme together, because I'm gonna have to plan this out a week ahead to try and make sure that it's ready to go, and I have a set theme, and I can actually complete the whole thing in one stream. So that will be something that we can look forward to if we happen to cross that. But yes, thank you so much for the support on Patreon. It's much appreciated, and it will get us closer to doing some more work on Red, our 240 project, which didn't get a whole lot of attention last month. Was really focused on making money so I can afford to do some stuff with it. Sorry, garbage truck. I'm driving slow. I got a lot to say. I don't have a long trip today. Yeah, some decent money doing some mechanic work this month, so hopefully we're getting close. In October, we will definitely have a Cohen's Garage episode on Red, doing some stuff. Not entirely sure what just yet. It'll probably be more setup stuff, not really supercharger stuff. Maybe some cleaning, some wiring, you know, kind of tidy up stuff that needs to be done very desperately. But I'll still try and make it entertaining. A little bit more of a personal update note. I have decided, and I do this about once a year, I've decided to try and cut soda out of my diet again. So if I appear to be grumpier than usual on occasion, it's probably why. I never go like full on stop drinking soda completely, but I've noticed I've gotten back into the habit of like 3-4 a day, and that's not good. It's not good for living any length of time. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be good for me to do that, but it's always a challenge. Unfortunately, there's no real racing events coming up in November, but it's going to be super early in November, so preparing for it in October. I will be taking part in the Florida State Championships for autocross, which will be at the Firm, which I've not been to in a long time. Well, nobody's been to in a long time. We haven't had any events there. So looking forward to that. Don't know what car I'll be competing in or what class. Hey, there's a late model up ahead of us. Can I get to him? Probably not. Distractions. Come on, traffic. You can do this. But yeah, I am thinking it's probably going to be in DJ's Miata, so I'll be competing in ES, which is by far the most competitive. So it'll be interesting to see how I can perform in ES. I'd love to take home a state championship trophy, even if it's like, you know, because I think they give trophies for like top 3 versus at a smaller event you only get a trophy for winning. But yeah, I would love to do that. Basically, we had a state championship once, even though it wasn't really advertised as that, but the Buccaneer region and the Central region had an event where we went head-to-head, and in STX with the 240, I managed to get a second place trophy, a plaque, and that was cool. It felt really good, you know, I like to have some kind of physical reward for an autocross event. So yeah, state championships will be fun. That'll be next month. I think one thing I'm going to do this month, and I'm going to really like set myself to it, is actually get around to recording the Solstice review video. It's been 8 months, I think 8 months since I bought this car now. So I believe I'm set to do that video. I have my long-term thoughts and whatnot. So I will be setting out to do that. Just got to get some volunteers, some friends, some local friends to help me video it. Okay, I think that's all the thoughts I have for this month. Thank you all for your support over September. Hope you're excited about October. And I will see you next month for another channel update.